Would you like to know how to get coaching clients on LinkedIn? That's what this episode is about. Now, I've seen some great training on LinkedIn strategy, but the specific thing I'm going to share in this video, I've never seen anyone talk about. And it actually works better than anything else that I've tried. And I've done a lot of practicing. I do generate leads on LinkedIn, but I want to encourage you, even if you've been through extensive LinkedIn training, to have an open mind to what I'm going to share with you, because I think there's going to be something subtle that you can change that will make a very huge difference. Okay, so this first part you have heard of before, but I've got to cover it because it is critical. Just know that stuff that you haven't heard before is coming, okay? So the first part is we're talking about your LinkedIn profile. You've really got to create a good profile. Spend a lot of time on it. Maybe even hire somebody to review or to critique or to write your profile if they know what they're doing and they know you inside and out. What you don't want is a profile that looks like a resume. No matter how amazing the resume is, you don't want a resume on LinkedIn. That is just not going to get you anywhere. The only thing that will get you is you might get a job. But when I hire people, I don't want to see their resume. I want to see a video application. Okay, but that's besides the point. Your LinkedIn profile needs to be like the homepage of your website. And if you have a good homepage of your website, or if your LinkedIn profile is good, it won't talk about me, I. It'll talk about you. My LinkedIn profile will talk about you as my target audience, or your LinkedIn profile will talk about your target audience and how your expertise really helps them do this, this, and this. Because it is a profile about you, it's okay to start the sentence, I help, but then turn it to them. So I help consultants, course creators, coaches, speakers. I help them leverage YouTube to generate more leads for their businesses, right? So talk in that term of what they're going to get. I help blank free up their time so they're not spending so much time on social media and they're starting to generate leads and fill up their calendar with appointments. Right? So you can talk about the pain points that your target audience has, the challenges that they're facing, and the solutions that you provide, worded in a way that is what they are searching for, is what they want. So when they're reading your profile, instead of reading a resume of, oh, he's done this, and this year he did this, and this was this job, and this was this credential, this certification, instead of that, they're considering themselves and if they are a fit to work with you. They're either filtering themselves out or they're filtering themselves in. Okay, so that's the first step on LinkedIn. You want a LinkedIn profile that will do that. Now, I'm on the LinkedIn home screen. If I come over here and I click on profile viewers, it'll actually take me to a report. And it says in the last 90 days, I've had 967 profile viewers. And you can see that this has been increasing over time. I can go kind of week by week here. I can decrease it down to 14 or 28 days, or I can look at it for 365 days. So you can see I've been getting a lot more profile views just in the last 90 days. Now I've used this LinkedIn strategy on and off over the years, and I just turned it back on around February of this year. So you can see that's why I started to get more profile views. So you can see that that's important. I don't send people to my profile. I'm not paying for views on my profile, but people do go and view your profile. So you need to make sure that you have it strategic. Now, wherever these people are coming from, even if they're a referral, they get referred to you, it's very common for them to look you up on LinkedIn, or they see you speak on stage, or a meeting planner recommended you, or they see an ad of yours. A lot of times they go to LinkedIn, they type in your name, and they want to see who you are. And just imagine the different experience comparing a resume experience versus a polished profile that really speaks to them. Here's something that you probably never heard of before. Okay, so years ago when I was first experimenting on this, I found, like, you know what? This is a valuable resource. I can message people who are my target audience. I'm going to experiment and see if I can get a response. So I would use groups of 100 people. I really wanted to compare different strategies. So I prepared a message that was more of a promo message saying, hey, here's a service that I offer. I can really help transform your business in such and such a way. I would even use some of the similar wording that talks to them that I want to put on my profile, right? So I would just send them a message saying something like that, promoting myself. I sent it out to the first group of 100 people, and I had 0 people reply to me. So I thought, okay, let me try it again. And I would reword it and kind of write a different message from a different angle, and I would send it out to my target audience. And guess what? 0 people responded to me. So I thought, okay, there's got to be a better way because this is so valuable. I've got these people right here. What can I say to them to get their attention? Maybe instead of trying to sell them something, I'll just try and help them, right? So I thought, well, I've got a really helpful video. Man, if they see this video, that would really help them. So let me suggest, hey, I thought you might really appreciate this video. It'll help you in such and such a way. Hope you enjoy. Some message like that. And I sent it to them, and I had 0 people reply to me. I tried it a couple times, and I think one time I did have one person reply. I don't remember if it was just, hey, thanks. But I had one person reply out of multiple tests. So I thought, I can do better than this. And I really gave it some good thought. And I wanted to try and experiment. What if I take away anything about me? This isn't about me. And what if I turn it to them? What if I just compliment them? So the people that I love to work with, they're coaches, they're speakers, they're authors, they're course creators, they're consultants, and they've really built their business around their expertise. So I knew this collectively about all the people that I wanted to reach out to on LinkedIn. So I sent them a message that was something like this. Hello, Bob. I really appreciate what you're doing. I took a look at your profile and I see what you stand for and I see the good that you're doing in the world. Keep up the great work making the world a better place. Nate. So I could send that same message to all 100 people. And when I did, guess what my reply rate was? It was 60% on the first day. And after about a week, it increased to 65 and then to 70% reply rate. Not just open rate, people that read the message, but that responded to me. Out of 100 people, I got 70% of the people to reply to me. Now that's exciting, but what's more exciting was even totally unexpected, okay? I did have some people that replied to me and would just say a quick thank you, but I had people on the other end of the spectrum that would say, hey, thanks, and I went to your profile and I see that you're doing a lot of good too. And I went to your website, I've learned about your services, and I went to your YouTube channel and I watched several videos. We need to talk, I want to hire you. I really had that happen frequently when I would just send messages of compliment. Okay, so there's 2 ends of the spectrum. I mean, there's that percentage that doesn't respond, and then there's a percentage that just says thanks, but then there's people that actually go to your profile and they review it, they go to your website, they go to your YouTube channel. So the next step that I took from there is when people would respond to me, I would then send them a custom video. And at that point, because I complimented them, we've got this relationship going, they've replied to me, I can send them another message and I can take them another step. So what I do now is I have a custom video where I review their YouTube channel. I point out a few things. I point out the number of views they're getting on their videos. I talk about their titles and I talk about some suggestions that I have. And then I go over and I show them some examples of videos that are ranking at the top of YouTube. And I say, if you'd like to have a conversation, here's a link to my calendar. So if I have 60 or 70 people reply to me, how do I have time to make 60 or 70 custom videos? Okay, so I recorded a choose your own adventure script and I recorded every little piece of that script, and my team, my editors, they go in there and they'll take a screenshot of their YouTube channel, they'll take a screenshot of this, they'll take a screenshot of that, they'll even take a screenshot of their LinkedIn profile, and according to which ones apply to them, they'll take my different audio pieces and the different video clips of me and they'll piece it together. And when you look at the finished video, it looks like I just custom recorded a video talking to them. Because I say their name, I had to think for a minute, because I have done some where I just simply record the beginning intro and where I say their name, and then I've sent that to my team, but today I don't even say their name, it just shows their face, and I say, hey, I found your profile. So that's how I'm able to message a lot of people like this. I'm able to really compliment them, and then create a custom video kind of on autopilot. Now let's talk about a couple other things that you can do on LinkedIn that will really make a big impact. So when you have your target audience and you find a lot of these people, why don't you find one of their posts and comment on it? Now don't have it be a promo message or anything, but comment on what they said in the article. Like give feedback and compliment them and thank them for the thorough work that they did in writing that article. Again, it's just the same principle. You just want them to notice you. You're not selling anything, you're not pitching anything, but when you comment on something that they did, they will appreciate that. they will see your name, they'll click on it, and they'll often go look at your profile just because you commented on their post. The goal here, instead of getting cold leads, right, is to build a relationship first and ultimately have a Zoom conversation with them. So you're gradually warming them up over time. You're introducing yourself through compliment, you're getting them to research and look into you, and you're continuing to nurture that and lead them towards having a conversation. So LinkedIn is my number 2 favorite marketing strategy. My number 1 is actually YouTube. So I've created a separate episode that you should go watch now if you want to learn how to do amazing things on YouTube, generating referral quality leads on YouTube. Now, the title of this video is How to Market My Life Coaching Business. Whether you're a life coach or not, the strategy in that video you really want to learn. So go watch that video, How to Market My Life Coaching Business.